Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'een. All praise and thanks belongs to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. May the peace and blessing of Allah be upon His servant and final messenger Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Astaghfirullah, my dear respected brothers in Islam. Out of the many aspects that make the Quran miraculous, there's the aspect of cohesion. What that means is that every single surah is related to the surah that's before and to the surah that's after. And in that there's, it's not just something that you're amazed by to see it in the Quran, that one surah, the ending of it connects to the surah that's after it, but also within this there are timeless lessons and reminders that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala teaches. I'll share one of these inshallah and what we can learn. And this is the tie and the relationship between Surah Nuh and Surah Al-Jinn. Between Surah Nuh and Surah Al-Jinn. Now Surah Nuh, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala spoke in detail about the da'wah of Nuh alayhi salam with his people. And so of course, Nuh alayhi salam was sent to his people as a messenger, as a prophet of Allah Azza wa Jal, and he stayed and he remained giving them da'wah for 950 years, as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions. And this 950 years, he's calling them to the very same thing. أَنِ اعْبُدُوا اللَّهَ وَاتَّقُوهُ أَنِ اعْبُدُوا اللَّهَ He said, وَلَقَدْ أَرْسَلْنَا نُوحًا إِلَىٰ قَوْمِهِ إِنَّا أَرْسَلْنَا نُوحًا إِلَىٰ قَوْمِهِ أَنْ أَنذِرْ قَوْمَكَ مِنْ قَبْلِ أَنْ يَأْتِيَهُمْ عَذَابٌ أَلِيمٌ قَالَ يَا قَوْمِ إِنِّي لَكُمْ نَذِيرٌ مُبِينٌ أَنِ اعْبُدُوا اللَّهَ وَاتَّقُوهُ وَأَطِيعُونَ. This is what he tells his people: worship Allah and follow Allah Azza wa Jal and obey my ways. So that would mean you're obeying Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then he becomes frustrated with his people so much, even Allah Azza wa Jal tells us that he would complain to Allah and he'd say that I've given da'wah to my people during the day, during the night, laylan wa nahara, and I've given them da'wah publicly, right? And I've given them asrartu lahum israra, privately. I've given one-on-one times. 950 years, a lot of time. So he had the time to give them public da'wah and then to go to each and every single one of them and call them on the side. And this is a prophet of Allah Azza wa Jal that's giving da'wah to his people. Now, eventually at the end, he becomes frustrated with his people. He says to them, مَا لَكُمْ لَا تَرْجُونَ لِلَّهِ وَقَارًا. What's wrong with you people? You don't show respect and you don't worship the greatest, which is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So Surah Nuh in itself gave us a detailed description of how Nuh alayhi salam's da'wah was to his people. 950 years, what was the result? آمَنَ مَعَهُ إِلَّا قَلِيلٌ. Only a few accepted Islam with him. Some of the ulama say 70, some even say less than that. But still, that's a very, very insignificant number compared to the tribe and the people that he would see daily. Okay, so that taught us that he gave them guidance and they refused it for 950 years. Now the surah that's after it, which is Surah Al-Jinn, subhanAllah, the very beginning ayah of it, it's unbelievable in its connection to the previous surah. Allah says at the beginning, قُلْ أُوحِيَ إِلَيَّ أَنَّهُ اسْتَمَعَ نَفَرٌ مِّنَ الْجِنِّ فَقَالُوا إِنَّا سَمِعْنَا قُرْآنًا عَجَبًا يَهْدِي إِلَى الرُّشْدِ. Now the Prophet ﷺ would often be sitting around the Kaaba and he'd be reciting the Quran. What Allah reveals to him, he's obligated obviously to recite it so that people can hear it, and that way he's delivering the message of Allah. So Allah Azza wa Jal tells us of something strange that happens unexpectedly. So there was a group of jinn. They were traveling, and of course the jinn, they travel around from country to country, from place to place they go. And this time, unexpectedly, they didn't expect to go past the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam, but they happened to pass by the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And Allah is saying that the jinn, as they're passing by, they heard the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam reciting Quran. So Allah says, قُلْ أُوحِيَ إِلَيَّ أَنَّهُ اسْتَمَعَ نَفَرٌ مِّنَ الْجِنِّ. So they all told each other, stop, 1 second. Let's listen to what he's reciting. And Allah says, استمع نفر من الجن فقالوا إنا سمعنا قرآنا عجبا. So they're really taken by these words the Messenger sallallahu alayhi wasallam was reciting. And remember, there was no scheduled appointment for this. Come and listen to the Quran. Just, oh, I'm out of the blue. They're just going by and they heard this Quran. And Allah says, istama'a nafarun. Not sami'a. Istama'a meaning they were listening very carefully, very attentively. Because the longer the word, then that would refer to, it implies more meaning. So there's extra attention being given to the Quran. And so they listen. فَقَالُوا what did they say? Immediately the first words, and this is, bear in mind that they've only heard a few seconds of the Quran. They said, إِنَّا سَمِعْنَا قُرْآنًا عَجَبًا. Verily we've just heard right now an amazing, profound, remarkable Quran. عَجَبًا. Then they said, يَهْدِي إِلَى الرُّشْدِ. No doubt this guides to the path that is correct. This Quran, it guides to the correct, straight, true path. And then what did they say? They said, فَآمَنَّا بِهِ وَلَن نُشْرِكَ بِرَبِّنَا أَحَدًا. Right then and there, they took shahada, they believed in the Quran, and they said, we'll never ascribe and associate partners with Allah Azza wa Jal. What is beautiful about the two surah is that it teaches you who really gives guidance, and who really owns guidance, and who He distributes it to. And it is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In Surah Nuh, there was a prophet that would give da'wah to his people 950 years, and they rejected the message. In Surah Al-Jinn, a group of jinn unexpectedly go by the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, listen to a few ayat, and they're given the guidance immediately. فَآمَنَّا بِهِ. They believe. No 950 years, no nothing. It was a few seconds that they took the shahada, subhanallah. And it really teaches you who the guidance, whose hand lies the guidance. And so in the purpose of mentioning this is, we as Muslims, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala teaches us that in every single salat, in every rak'ah, we're reading Surah Al-Fatiha. And no doubt Surah Al-Fatiha is a great surah, and within the surah there is an ayah that we ask Allah Azza wa Jal for guidance, اهدنا الصراط المستقيم. And so that's at least we're asking Allah Azza wa Jal 17 times a day. Those just if you're praying the fard, 17 times a day you're asking Allah. And then one wonders, if you ask for something 17 times, what should be the attitude of the way you ask? This is in the hands of Allah. It wasn't in the hand of the prophets. Because if it was, then the people of Nuh would have accepted Islam just like the people of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. They were both two prophets. They were giving da'wah to his people. How come it took 950 years, no result here, and it took a few seconds and there was result from those people, from that type of jinn? So it teaches you that the way you come onto listening to the Quran and the guidance, then you're only given to it, only if there was sincerity. And so we're asking Allah Azza wa Jal 17 times. But that should tell you something about the way you ask Allah for guidance. The way you ask Allah Azza wa Jal for guidance shouldn't be asking, it should be begging. If you're asking something 17 times, the attitude changes. It's not asking anymore, it's begging. And think of guidance as being water. Think of guidance as water. What am I saying is water? Because firstly, if someone isn't thirsty and you just wanted to drink, you'd ask for water. But if someone is dying of thirst, you won't ask for water anymore, you'd beg for water. Right? The attitude of how you'd ask for it would be different. And we're all thirsty for this guidance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So the attitude of asking for it should be different. The other thing with water is when you drink water, it doesn't last in the system. So it's in there for a few hours and then you're going to have to drink some again. And the guidance works the similar way. No one owns guidance. And you cannot ever grab onto it and say, oh, I've got it and that's it. No one can take it away and you start misguiding the people and guide the people according to how you want. You own nothing. And that's why you're asking 17 times a day, because you'll have it once and it's like water. It'll finish. You're going to have to ask for some more. Right? And you keep asking. So the point of this is to learn that the guidance is in the hands of Allah Azza wa Jal. And you and I, especially in this month in where Allah Azza wa Jal answers the dua, and with full sincerity ask Allah Azza wa Jal guidance, but beg Him for guidance. Change the attitude in the way you ask it, and Allah Azza wa Jal gives the guidance. But if there's arrogance towards it, like the people of Nuh, then Allah Azza wa Jal gave them nothing. But if the heart is sincere, if it's clean, if it really wants this guidance, Allah Azza wa Jal will give. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to guide us to the straight path, and we ask Allah Azza wa Jal to make us people of the Quran, people who benefit from the reminders of the Quran. إنه ولي ذلك والقادر عليه. صلى الله وسلم وبارك على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين.